time for our entertainment segment, but I'll be starting off by singing happy birthday to you.
Hooray.
Happy birthday to you.
Hooray.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, OC. And this is OC Ukeje, our guest this afternoon. Thank you for celebrating your birthday with us here at Channels Television on Rubbin Minds.
Well, thank you for inviting me anyway. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Now, I've been watching you as, should I say, a teenager, and I've seen you act in various movies, and I've been following your career closely. I mean, even before this. And you've still remained relevant. Like, how have you been able to go from being, quote unquote, a local player, a local champion, to actually making it on the international screen?
Well, I'm not going to tell you that it's entirely calculated. I just know that there were certain things I was sure of, which was that I wanted to do good films, and that I also thought that it was important to, you know, be an international player, even though I am based in Nigeria, or I was based in Nigeria. So for me, it was just important that I picked the right films. And then when I looked at what was happening in the market here and what was happening in the market abroad, it's like, okay, so how do we get ourselves to go from doing these projects that we like here to doing the projects that we admire and want to be a part of abroad? So for me, it was just simply, you know, picking the right projects and then realizing that there are all these festivals, you know, there are different platforms that allow for that sort of, you know, engagement between the players here and the players abroad. And I just try to find how to get into that space, basically, because you figure that even if you're doing what you do here, for the most part, they might not know what we do here. So it's up to you to sort of look for how to get yourself into those circles and let them recognize, like, there's a functional and burgeoning market here as well.
Yeah, I agree with you, because I met some Mexican soap operas, and they were shocked to hear about Nollywood, and I'm thinking, we know so much about you guys, how come you don't know about the Nigerian film and television industry? But you mentioned that, you know, you're not based here fully anymore.
Right.
Do you feel being abroad, you're able to connect more with that vision of wanting to do more international projects, or do you feel that being abroad keeps you away from the current realities here in Nigeria?
I'll be honest with you, the first thing I would say is everyone has to be clear about what their own specific journeys are, because what might work for me might not work for someone else. And so I do think that to a certain degree, obviously being here has made, it's important to me that I was homegrown. And I've been here 37 years, and I've been acting since 2001, so it's been 17 years of my active career. So for me, I feel like being homegrown is important to me, because when you get out into those markets, you see, well, most of the things that I know, most of my craft was practiced as a Nigerian, you know, that was homegrown here as a functional industry. So being here has helped, but I also do think that at a point in your life, if you feel like there's more to achieve, or there's more space that you're trying to conquer or get into, there's a chance that for the steady flow of those kinds of jobs, they don't come here as often. They come here once in a while. And it'd be nice to get, you know, half a yellow sun every once in a while. But the truth is, if you want to do more of that, then if you hang around here, you're only going to get that, you know, once in a while. So for me, it's definitely a means to an end. And this is apart from the fact that I have family there that I have to make sure that I stay connected to if I say that I'm married, and, you know. So there is the family aspect of it, but there's also just the opportunity to get into those markets, have an agent, and then see how much more you can get doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You act and you also sing, so I'm sure you could dance well. So you could say you're the consummate performer, and you have actually put out some music. What can we expect from you musically?
I'll be honest with you, it's an interesting market, and I think that there are things I've tried to figure out or learn along the way. The music business is a different monster, a completely different monster, and it requires a degree of, what's the word, immersion, for lack of a better way to put it. And I do think that at this point, I'm probably more interested in doing the music because I love it and not because I'm expecting to make income from it. because honestly, you have to focus so much on the music and at the same time focus so much on the acting. And even our international counterparts, sometimes you see that, in a season of their lives, they're focusing on the acting and then they take some time off and then focus on the music. So it's difficult to actually run both of them. And this is me obviously trying to figure the workings of the music industry and how often things can be released and whatnot. So it's easy to say, I want to do this and I really want to, but I'm also figuring out, the trajectory so that, every now and again, you release something and people appreciate what you're doing. So I still intend to do stuff with music. I'm just going to take it at my own pace.
I know one of the tracks you put out was used as a movie soundtrack, which
Absolutely.
you featured in. Will you say that there's any pressure to do more bang bang ti bang bang music? Music that people want to dance to, people want to have a dance associated with that track,
Right.
Or do you feel like you want to stay true to the artist in you to produce quality music, which might not necessarily trend or
Right.
make you money, as you said?
Yeah, and that's the thing. The thing is, as long as you're true to yourself, truth is, you have different degrees of expression. And sometimes you will produce true artistic music, but sometimes what's playing in your soul is also maybe a bang bang dim dim music, but the thing is, then that doesn't become everything that you do. So you're basically, the sum of many parts, basically, and every now and again, each of those parts will get its own expression. So I'm not going to say that I'm going to focus my career on making super commercial music just because, which is why for me it's the point where I'm making the music because there's an audience that enjoys every aspect of your part, and then I feel fulfilled and I feel satisfied that the music I've made is lovely. I can listen to it over years, it'll have a shelf life, all of that. And I'm not knocking anyone's hustle, because there's a ton of people who that's what they started with, but with the way the industry is and with the accept, people have to eat, people have to live, people have bills, I don't even knock anyone's hustle. I respect what they're doing. It takes a great degree of courage to actually set that aside and decide to go against yourself. But you see that at the end of the day, a lot of people circle back to who they are truly, So I respect what everyone does, but I'm just going to keep going the way that I think I should.
Okay. You mentioned earlier that part of your decision to relocate is due to family. Now, as a married actor, do you feel like some of your female fans don't get the fact you're married, like don't see the ring? And when you are on the job, and you're kissing somebody, do things move in your body? Do you react?
That is a very honest question. So, first question, the truth is, on some degree, you are a public commodity. It's like people appreciate you as you are our own and we like what you do. So, I have no qualms with the appreciation that I get, once in a while, some people get on your very last nerve, and you do your best to, manage it and contain.
Slide into the DM.
No, but we don't even have a problem with slide. It's just the manner of approach sometimes. You don't slide in for, go ahead and keep sliding. I don't even have a problem with it. But sometimes, people are funny. It's just the manner of approach, whether it's the language or the things they ask for. It's just, sometimes it's weird. But I don't even have a problem with it because it's part of the business. I'm used to that to a certain degree, and then to a larger degree, I know how to handle it. And then when it comes to working on sets, the truth is, no, you're sort of, it's not you. It's like a job. So nothing is really moving. I think the most important thing is you're really trying to figure out the dynamics of the action, whether it is just the kissing or why the kiss is necessary or what kind of kiss it is. Those are the things you worry about, and this is outside the fact that then there's all these people who are behind the scenes who are also watching, and you're also hoping it's a great television kiss that people will say, oh my God, that looks so nice, and I want, you're conscious about all those things. So the last thing that you're thinking about is if blood is flowing, because you're not connected, in that way. This is not to say that that doesn't happen. It does, but I think I've just been fortunate enough to know that, look, we're doing what we're doing, but at the end of the day, we're just acting, basically.